Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a new camera setup situation, and today we are filming a first impressions on the Saints Angel Sinners Cosmetics collab with Faerie Light, Sophia Sadie, on their Fairy Tale eyeshadow palette, and testing out the company's first lip glosses they are releasing. So I will have all the information coming in this video, swatches, this look of course. So yeah, if that sounds good to you, keep on watching. Before we get too far into the video, if you haven't already, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I upload videos twice a week. It's totally free to subscribe, and I would love to see you commenting down below, chatting with you, and see you back on the channel again in the future. All right, let's go ahead and get into this look and details about the palette. All right, so here is the outer carton here. Give you a nice look. The Fairy Tale is the name of this palette. And here's the inside. It looks just like the outside. And then when you open it up, you've got a really nice quality mirror here on top. This nice little flower print, and it says all you need is faith, trust, and a little fairy dust. And then it folds all the way back, and here is the inside. Now, camera's not going to do some of these shimmers justice, I know right here, but I'm going to insert some swatches that I'm going to try to do in natural light so you can get a little bit of a better idea of the shiftiness and sparkliness of these. None of these are pressed glitters. And yeah, we're just going to do a look with this today and kind of play with it for the first time. So I zoomed you in so you could see a little better. I'm taking my Ace Beauté P1 and I'm just going to go in with Aura here, this matte. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to tell you some details about the palette. So this releases very soon, guys. It's coming out on May 13th. And I will have linked below, of course, all of the info and like the site where you can get it, all of that stuff if you are interested. But again, the brand, if you haven't heard of it, is Saints Angels Sinners. And this is a collab with the creator Faerie Light, which is Sophia Sadie. And this palette will retail for $54. Now you can use codes on it to bring that down some. And actually guys, I have a code for y'all. So if you want to save some money, you can use code Caitlin20 at the checkout to save some on the palette. And there's actually more than just the palette too. I've got here, I'm going to put on lip glosses. It's the first time Saint Angel Sinners have lip glosses. Here's the little component here that it comes in. And the one that I have, there's going to be 3 that come out, but I've got mine in shade Bratz. It's this little heart-shaped component. So we'll get to that momentarily. But back to the palette. I'm going to go in next with Sugar Plum, this kind of slate gray one. And I'm going to use a different brush here just because I'm going to put this mostly in the outer corner. So I'm going in with my Morphe JS6 here. And I'm just going to deepen up, like I said, the outer corner bit. This one's a matte too. I always like to put my mattes down first. And sometimes I'll do an all matte look, but usually I like to have some kind of shimmer involved. What do we think of the new setup, guys? I've got a new filming desk, and so the angles and everything is a little different. The lighting might be a little different just because things are a little higher up now where I am filming. Now, I'm not going to use a glitter primer today. Sometimes I have, but I really don't think this formula needs it. It pops really darn good on its own. So I'm going to use a few shimmers here today, all right? So I am first going to go in with, let's see here. What do I want to do? Oh, I had planned, but now I'm looking at these shimmers again, and I'm like, wait, is that really what I want to do? Because I was planning on using like Elemental as a darker shimmer, but now this one down here is calling to me too in the corner. Hopefully you guys can see it. To this Pisces one too. Oh, don't know which should I do. I wish I could pull you guys live so badly. Okay. I'm gonna stick with my original plan. I'm gonna go in with Elemental. I'm just using a flat Cleona brush, and I'm gonna put that right up against that kind of gray deeper matte that I used. So sparkly, and of course you could use a glitter glue if you wanted these to be even more intense, but I think they're pretty darn intense, Saint Angel Sinners formula on their own, even without it. So totally up to you. And then on the inside, I am gonna put Pixie, which it looks like is a duochrome, if not a multi-chrome. It's like a pinky gold flip. I can see it in the palette here. Put it on the eyes. Oh, yes, very pretty. Pinky goldy, maybe more like a champagne might be a good descriptor word for it. It's got a little bit of a texture to it, which I personally like when shadows have a little bit of that textured look to it. I think it's really pretty. And I'm just gonna blend that a little bit with the first shimmer right here. So next I'm gonna put a little bit of Venus, this shade right here, on a Morphe M560. Ooh, very putty. Very, very putty-like. Be careful when you dip your brush into that one. It is super squishy, which I don't mind. I just wasn't expecting. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that squishy shadow and I'm going to put it on my brush and stick it just in the inner corners. It's got a little bit of like a bluey green iridescent look. Very pretty. That's going to go nicely with a lot of the greens in this palette. And I like green and like that pinky kind of like champagne color. It's like mermaid vibes a little, even though I know it's the Fairy palette, fairy vibes, you know? And then to complete the eye look here, I'm gonna take a little bit of Angelic. I might mix in a bit of the black Leo, but I'm just gonna take my Angled Storybook Cosmetics liner brush here. I am gonna mix them, I think, just to get like a black brown in between look here. And I'm just gonna kind of stamp that along the lash line to do a little shadow liner to complete the look. Okay, so here is the look, guys. I'm gonna get nice up and close and personal so you can see, and hopefully you see some of the shifts here in the look as I turn a little bit. Super sparkly, super pretty. I'm gonna curl my lashes, I'm gonna put on mascara, and then I'm gonna put on the gloss with you guys. All right, guys, so here is the completed eye look. Let's go in with gloss. I actually think, hold on a minute, I need a little liner. So I'm gonna put this on. Just a little bit of the Melt Everyday All Day Everyday. That's what it's called. Ultra Matte Lip Liner in shade Foxy. And now the gloss. I have worn this before and I love it. It's very pigmented. So here's the gloss. It is not a sheer, like clear kind of gloss. It is very pigmented. And I love it paired with just like a nudie, slightly brown leaning liner personally. But it's very, I don't know, my lips but better. Like it's not too bold, but it gives them definitely a little something. What do we think? I think this is a great collection, you guys. If you're interested, again, I'll leave it all linked below. Thank you so much to Saints, Angels, Sinners for sending me this stuff my way. I really appreciate it, and for giving me a code for anybody watching that wants to purchase any part of the collection. So yeah, guys, that's all for this video. Thanks so much if you made it all the way to the end, and I hope to see you back again in the next one. Bye.